Hello and welcome, everybody. It is I, Sylvia, coming to you live from beautiful Eastbourne by the sea. And we have a wonderful topic today. And I'm really looking forward to getting this show on the road. Good morning, dear Carol Ann. Welcome. I'm glad to see you here with me this morning. Yeah, it's a fact. We've had a whole week's worth of crazy storms here down on the south coast of England, and things went flying just everywhere. Just things went flying just everywhere. It was, yes, quite worrying, of course. And in case anybody ever needs that, I did make a video on storm anxiety, which was quite useful for a number of people. And if you ever need that, please, by all means, just search my channel and you will find it. The session for storm anxiety. Good morning, dear Ilka and Marianne. Hi there. Hi there. I welcome Germany, all of it. I welcome all of it. Fantastic. So now, guys, when I come on here on Sunday Live and the energy show, and especially since I've made my introduction to remind me that it's all about energy and to cheer us on here in our mission to bring more love, more energy into the world of men. Yeah, I'm always very cheerful when I do Sunday Live because I like doing Sunday Live. Good morning, Lorna. I like being here with you guys and just, hanging out for an hour and having a good time. I like it. But I'm not always like this, and I really would like to make a point of that. I am not always as cheerful as this. I go up and down on, the modern energy chart like everybody else. And I really noticed this yesterday. Yesterday, I really noticed it, that I was kind of worn out with that storm thing that was happening. I was just exhausted and tired, and I couldn't think of anything motivational or inspirational. And so I was just sort of sitting here. You have to schedule these live broadcasts and give them a title and come up with a good idea. And I was sitting here and I was just nothing. I was just completely, oh God, I can't think of anything inspirational. And they're sort of looking, I didn't even look around the room. I was just like, oh dear. And then my glance fell on my bowl of positives. I have a bowl of positives. It's a beautiful bowl, isn't it? It was hand-turned by my partner, Martin. I don't know what kind of wood that is, but it's beautiful. And inside of it, there are these little guys. And what they are is, on one side, there is a positive, like that one. A word, health. And on the back's a little, what you call it, abstract painting, little abstract painting on the back. And there's loads of them. And so they're in my bowl here. And this is a bowl of positives. And this very easy to make. I really recommend everyone in the world should have a bowl of positives. And you can just, you make them out of cardboard. These ones are just little pieces of wood that are cut out. And yeah, so my glance fell upon my bowl of positives. And I was like, huh. And that is the answer to our question. This is what you do after the storm. You engage the power of the positives to make yourself feel better. And yeah, and I was like, woohoo, that's it. We have got our idea for the show. And see, this is infallible energy work. completely infallible. There is just no way I can be here for 45 minutes with you guys, with my bowl of positives, just picking up, close my eyes, pick one out, whatever it may be. That's a fine one. Focus. And just talk about that and how a clarity of focus, really looking through the fog of fear and worry and just really allowing this radiant clarity to come in. It's just no way that's not going to be uplifting for me, for you guys, and fun. And this is infallible. Unless the internet goes down or something happens with this recording, it is literally guaranteed that after 45 minutes, we are all going to feel better. Isn't that just wonderful? God, the stress relief for me. Amazing. And for my dear, dear life people, I'm going to get positive for each one of you. Let's just get started with that. I'm going to send you a positive from my bowl of positives. Have a look. And we're starting with Carol Ann because she was the first one here. And we've got for you, dear Carol Ann, extra special, we've got vitality. Vitality. Beautiful, positive. And when I hear vitality, the sense that I get is of like a young horse that's been put out on a green pasture in spring for the first time, fresh green grass, and it's been like in the stable all winter, and it's just going out there, and it is so full of life and power and delight and joy. And that's sort of for me the ascension of vitality, like a powerful young horse that is just enjoying life. So I hope you like it, and with lots of love to you, Carol Ann. There you go. This is one of my favorites. If you're watching this later on, or if you're not, Carol Ann, by all means, vitality for you too. You can, in the energy worlds, there's no poverty, there's no restriction. You're not going to take any vitality away from dear Carol Ann by, sucking it in yourself as well. So, Marianne, good morning, my darling. Good morning. And I have a positive for you. And it is, interestingly enough, luxury. Luxury. And so when I think of luxury, I get this sense of expanded time and space, first of all. A real expansion in time and space. That there's the time to enjoy luxurious things. That there is a luxurious space in which these experiences of luxury can take place. And that can just be at home, if you have a bathtub with a little bit of warm water and a couple of candles, and just the intention of allowing yourself this time-space expansion and just bathing in luxury. I do hope you like it and enjoy it. It's beautiful energy, so lots of love to you, dear Marianne. All right. See, I'm already smiling, I'm tingling, I'm happy. It's the power of the positives, the power of love. It will uplift you. It will help you. It will, it's amazing. I love it. Dear Ilka, let's have a look what we get for Ilka. Close my eyes and let the mops do the work. Okay. I'm not going to use that one because we already had that. It's gone back in the I think Ilka will like this one. And again, you're not taking anything away from Ilka by enjoying that and just using it yourself as well. So this positive we've got here this morning is wealth. Wealth. And when I think of wealth, I have just, I just get a Garden of Eden vision, sensation. of walking in a garden in the summertime, and there are not just wonderful fruit trees where you literally just pick something and eat it, but also bushes full of flowers, and there's in grass verges, there's all kinds of herbs and all kinds of interesting exotic plants that might have medicinal purposes. And there is a clear, fresh stream we can hear that will contain wonderful light water for healing. And that is wealth. And all of it is just there for you. So I'm sending that to you, that ascension of the Garden of Eden, dear Elka, and I hope you enjoy it with lots of love from me. Lorna, you are next. What's we got for Lorna? You mustn't look, mustn't look. Here we go. And again, I think you're going to like this, Lorna. Everybody ready to receive, please. Receive it for you, just as much. It's energy. It is entirely free for all. Here you go. Lorna is got play. And I know that you've been through a storm, Lorna, yourself, and you are very much after the storm. And it's a lovely color as well. It's just the picture that goes with it. It's beautiful. It's like I got the sensation of children playing in the water in a swimming pool in the sunshine, just having a wonderful time and being, I don't know, just enjoying the blue water and the sunshine and this wonderful thing that is water, just splashing about in it, having a wonderful time and just being there and being full of vitality and youth and playing. So that one's for you, dear Lorna. Play with lots and lots of love. Cool. And we got one more live viewer that I can see here. That is Dieter. Good morning, dear Dieter. Hello there. Welcome. I'm going to find a positive for you. I'm going to even shake up Martin's beautiful bowl. Let's have a look. See what we get for Dieter. Ta-da. Exciting stuff. Ooh, that's a very powerful positive. Ta-da. Sun. Not sunshine, but the sun. The sun, the star. That's an interesting positive. It's very, very powerful. The center of our solar system. Oh, and that reminds me of that wonderful thing that once I saw, that there are 8 billion people in the world, but nobody has to share their sunshine. The sun shines on every single person, and they get their unique rays. Each one. That's amazing. So when you stand in the garden, dear Dieter, and there's the sun in the sky, blessing you with its light. Yeah. And all that energy flows in, through, and out your energy body. The sun healer. It's a wonderful thing. Yeah. So I'm sending you not just sunshine, but the sun this morning as a positive. I hope you like it. All right, guys. Are we feeling a little bit better already? I'm loving this. I'm just so happy that it's as simple as that. To connect with these wonderful, life-giving energies that make our energy body happier, and that it is within our power to do that at will. And it is extraordinary that when we have passed through a storm and we are exhausted and tired, and possibly also then a little afraid that we have to now start cleaning up the mess and dealing with the aftermath of the storms. And yeah, when you're down and low on energy after such a long battle, that it's hard to reconnect with the positives. We fall out of orbit with the life-giving power of love that expresses itself through the positive energies. Ah, yeah. And then having some material object like the bowl of positives. Yeah, having one of those. It's impossible. It's just impossible to stay sad when you just pick up one or two or three of these. What we've got here. It's an interesting one. Respect. People always go on about self-respect, but I like to do star matrix for that and just ask a person, and perhaps ask you today, can you remember a time, a moment, just a moment in time where somebody really respected you, respected your opinion, looked at you with respect? And that doesn't have to be an adult, but it can be, of course. It could be also a child looking up at you, respecting what you are saying. It's an interesting thing. It could be an animal, a dog or a horse, turning around and making that connection. Where it's, see, I think respect has to do with somebody actually really listening to you, really paying attention to you, really opening up to hear what you have to say and letting you in. I think that's the heart of respect, at least to me. And that is a wonderful thing. See what else we got. Yes, we just had that one. Romance. And I went straight down the Star Matrix road with that on Valentine's Day. And I told a story about a young aspect meeting a prospective boyfriend for the first time in the town center. And it was on a snowy, cold day with slush on the road, freezing cold in Germany in midwinter. And the aspect is not feeling the cold. She is so excited. Her heart is just kaboom, kaboom, kaboom with excitement. She's skipping through the sleet. And there is that bus stop, and he's there. There he is. He's standing there. And it was just like, oh my God. So she sort of tried to slow down rather than run to him. And he's grinning from one ear to the other as well, watching her approach. And these two very young people are standing there by the bus stop, trying to find some sort of words to put over this situation where they're just both so delighted to see each other, to be there, and slightly nervous, but so excited. And there was this moment when snow started to fall, and literally these big snowflakes, like fluttering moths or fairies. And there was this moment when these snowflakes went into slow motion and gently and softly settled on this beautiful boy's dark hair and on his shoulder. And my aspect just went whoosh. Such an expansion into just love. Not just loving the boy, but just love everything, the snowflakes, the the cold town, the wind, everything. Just what a wonderful, wonderful star memory that was. And I hadn't thought of that in decades. And it's a shame because such things are so precious and there is our energy. Ah, and yeah, this is, I mean, for Star Matrix, this is just wonderful. But there's all sorts of other things we can do. Oh, this is a nice one. Okay, everybody ready for this one? Pleasure. Pleasure. So I'm going to give you a space here to just perhaps, take a deep breath and have a little sense of what pleasure is for you. When something is an absolute pleasure. And we don't have to go all spiritual, mystical. It could be could be a really tasty something like a chocolate that is surprisingly tasty, and you just go, that's so nice. Pleasure. I mean, we can do so much with these positives. I mean, we could tap on them. We could make a list of pleasures that we like, just to remind ourselves what is pleasurable. A gentle, soft touch. Somebody's smiling at us. I just thought summer wind in my hair, on my face. That's very pleasant, very, very pleasant. Just to think about how we experience pleasure, each one of us in our own moments, in our own times, in our own different ways. And when we do that, I believe that we kind of let it be known we want more of that. I want more pleasure. More moments of respect, more moments of romance. The other positives that we've had so far. I want more moments of play in my life. I really believe this is so important. I do. If we're always talking about what we're afraid of or what we don't like or what's wrong with everything, and that becomes our entire world, and the entire world becomes wrong and crazy and weird, and it isn't. It isn't. There are ups and downs. And we can look forward to the ups. It's just marvelous. Right. So that my bowl of positives. I could keep going. And I want to actually tell you what, I want to keep going. Why don't we keep going? Just simply keep going with the positives. Okay. I picked out two. One was clarity and the other one was light. Clarity and light. Put those together. See, I think so. Just come along on this journey here with me, play with me. Clarity and light. When we combine the two, they become more than the sum of their parts. So we might have an enlightening sort of sense, shining light on the light of truth, on reality absolute, and being able to perceive so much more, to see so much more. Clarity and light. Bring them together. There may not even be a word for such a thing, but whatever that is, I will take it to my heart. That's just beautiful. We can make cocktails. We can mix cocktails. We can mix energy cocktails. That's another fun thing. Let's do that as well. That's good fun. All right. Hold out your hand, and when I put one in my hand, just tap the center, the palm of your hand there. So you're putting that in as well. So let's make a cocktail. Make a cocktail here today. We have, oh, that's one of my favorites. This is a very good base for a cocktail of energy. Logic. Beautiful. One of my favorite positives. I shouldn't have favorites, but I do. So I'm going to put that, my first cocktail ingredient, palm of my hand. You can just say logic and tap your center of your hand as you're doing that. Da, 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 da. Second component is soul. Oh, yes. See, I think souls are perfectly logical. Without them, the energy system wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. And immortality and all that. Groovy. So I'm adding that to my cocktail. Right. Let's do 3, shall we? 3's the charm, they say. 2. That's my third ingredient. Easy. So we have 2 of the most heavyweight concepts of humanity, soul and logic, and we're going to make them easy with this cocktail. All right, let's put that in there. Right, put your other hand over the top and shake up your cocktail. Stir it up. Yeah. Excellent. And move your body a little bit as just move your body, let that energy flow in, through, and out. That cocktail of logic, soul, and easy that together become more than the sum of their parts. An unknown energy that you might have never felt before. How groovy is that? And you take that whole thing and take it to your heart. And that's making me laugh. Logic, soul, and easy. Thank you, dear powers that be, universe, and everyone else for that. That was a fun experience. That was lovely. Okay, my hands are tingling now. They really are very charged up. And by all means, if that is the case for you as well, and your energy hands, your healing hands of energy have sprung into life during this episode, let's just use them and place them on our heart of gold and encourage it to shine like the sun. Shine like the sun. Taking beautiful energies consciously into your heart of energy. Softening barriers, healing old reversals, old heartbreaks, reconnecting the strands that were broken. Because when your heart of gold shines like the sun, then all things are wonderful. Life becomes wonderful. Life is being in love with things. And so, yeah, this is what I really would like us to make sure of today, is do look after your hearts of energy. Give them something nice. Ask them. Ask your heart. What do you need to feel better? What can I give you today? What positive can I think of today? And if you're in a meh state, like my aspect was last night, ask your bowl of positives. Use for you a star. Write yourselves lists of your own positives, but I do prefer to have them in this form. A list of positives is a wonderful thing. Your own personal positives, power positives. So when you're not feeling good, you can go to the list and find something else. Oh, that's a nice one. I say this about every one of the positives. Of course, they're all nice. They're all aspects of love. Wisdom. Take the wisdom of the heart. It has nothing to do with going to university. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Activating the wisdom of our heart. That's something that's really very star matrix again. We know so much more and we are so much wiser than we have been allowed to remember, allowed to believe. Oh, all right. So, yes, lightness, happiness, positives. And I feel, what I would like to do is I'd like to do a little bit of cheerleading here. Cheering. Cheerleading. Get the pom-poms out. Woohoo. Because when we cheer at the end of something or at the beginning of something, that is not just raising energy, it's also an energy release. It releases energy. And that's super healthy. A lot of people, because they're so low of energy all the time, they sort of have a tendency to go and hold on to their energy. But there's a lot of energy that also needs to be released and flow freely in, through, and out. So after all of that, this morning, let's do just a little bit of cheering, a little bit of clapping. That is sort of energy work 101. Little babies do it. And it brings laughter and smiles. It raises energy. But today, just have a sense of how this releases old, stored up energy that was blocked. Just have a little, yeah. Woohoo! Woohoo! I made a video for GOE members about the unconditional woohoo. Be available in the library soon. Woohoo! Round of applause for the GOE and all it does, all it provides for its members and free of charge for everyone around the world. Just wanted to say that. Now will. Woohoo for the GOE and all the good work it does. And a big woohoo from me for all of you who are here with me today and are supporting what I'm trying to do, supporting us here in bringing the message of energy to the world. So give yourselves a big round of applause now. Come on. Really use that to let any kind of old energy that's stuck anywhere in your body be released. That is good. That feels so good. Woohoo! Ah. God, I love doing that with you today. That was wonderful. Oh yeah, Lorna, that's truly good. Lorna says, I love to cheer on my aspects. Yes, 100%. And I love to, especially future aspects. And I also love to get a bunch of aspects cheering me on. My aspects are actually really good. They don't snark at all. Even the rebellious young 14-year-old aspects, when I ask for their help and assistance, they're there like that. They'll do anything for me. I think that's quite wonderful. Thank you for mentioning that, Lorna. That's really good. Really good tip. Yeah. Okay, so I would like to close with, please, everybody in the chat, give us one positive as a gift from you to us all here today on the live stream, but also to everybody who has come in and from time and space and is joining us here today in our expanded circle of energy friends. Write down in the comments one nice, well, they're all beautiful, a positive, a gift from you to us. And while I'm waiting for that to happen, I've got a quick star story to tell. I was writing the Modern Energy Tapping book, and this on this day, and I was very focused on writing it and getting it good and right, as I do when I write a book. And so I was finished with a certain chapter and got up. And as I got up, it was as though I was just bouncing up into the air. Like all of a sudden, gravity had been reduced by at least 50%. And I was like, whoa, I'm so energy high. What on earth is happening? The lightness of gravity is a side effect of feeling really energy high. Yes. What's happened here? Well, I didn't do anything. I was just writing a book. And the big light bulb went on, my star moment. I realized that in what I'd been doing in this writing session, I had just written lists of positives as examples for people to tap on. So, like on the page, there would be list of gemstone energies. Okay, which energy would really help you here in this context? Ruby energy, emerald, topaz energy, diamond energy, like just literally just written down the words. Of course, to write down the words, I have to make the internal representation first. Emerald energy, great big emerald. Whoa, writing down emerald energy. And the one that when I had that huge experience of gravity being so light that I actually noticed that. And I realized it had come from just writing down a list of words on a computer. Wow, that had been the animal energy. Big block of animal energy. Dolphin energy, horse energy, cat energy, elephant energy, spider energy. Yeah, that was I was like, wow, you don't have to tap them. You don't have to meditate on them. You can just sit there and write down words and raise energy that much. Wow. That gave me a whole new appreciation for the power of the positives. And that was a real wonderful star moment. And that is when I started making bowls of positives and all sorts of things relating to the power of the positives. So yeah, let's have a look what we've been given from my dear live companions here. Let's start here. Carol Ann gives us all success. Now take a moment and sense that success energy coming to you through the screen. And just take a moment to sense if you're actually allowing that in, or if you're sort of blocking it off and going, yeah, no, thank you. No, 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 don't want it. Like when somebody says you're really beautiful and you go, yeah, thank you. Shield. Just allow success is steady on the screen. What Carol Ann sent us is steady there on the bottom corner of the screen. Just take a moment and work with that so that it can actually come into you so you can feel it. Where do you feel that in your body? Where's that success from Carol Ann coming in? I'm showing you where I'm feeling it in my body here. Let it come in all the way in, through, and out. Now, of course, you can tap success as well to clear out old blockages, to let fresh energy in, to release sort of energy that is got dammed up behind blockages and just needs to be released. You can emo it, but do something with it. Engage with it. Let it happen. That's where it becomes so beautiful. Thank you very much for that, dear Carol Ann. Okay, Lorna is sending us health energy. Health in its widest metaphorical sense. Whoa, where do I feel that in my body? Show me with my hands. Yeah, just let that come in. It's only energy. That's all it is. Energy, life, energy. In. Breathe deeply, let it flow in, through, and out quite unconditionally. Of course, you can always come back to this later and pause it and work with every energy form that attracts you. I'd recommend that. It'd be a wonderful thing. Let's have a quick look. Marianne, happiness. Yeah, moments of happiness, absolute just happiness. And please let us remember and remember to tell everyone, happiness is moments. Moments. That's it. It's not like a solid rock that lies on your timeline for 20 years and it never ends. It doesn't work. Life isn't like that. It's happiness. Moments. Little stars that come into us, and there we go then. Ooh, and they uplift us to a new level. Happiness. Your happiness matters. Sylvia says. Thank you very much, dear Marianne. That's lovely. Dita is sending us a energy blessing of waterfall energy. Yes. Ah, yes, I love that. Really sort of step under a huge, powerful waterfall. Literally pelts you with water and just washes away any kind of nonsense that may have accrued. And that flowing power of water in, through, and out, washing away tiredness, washing away all kinds of old or weird accumulations of energy. They just stand no chance against the waterfall. Beautiful. Thank you very much, dear Dita. That's lovely. Caroline says, I did that for many years, writing down positive words that are used in my lesser energy moments. I think it's a wonderful thing to do and keep at it. And yeah, it's wonderful. It's really, really useful. I mean, I'm extremely grateful, from going last night there, from sitting going, to woohoo, infallible, can't go wrong with positives. Sunday Live with positives. Can't go wrong with it. Ilka says, Ilka blesses us today with a very special energy form. Don't be afraid. Real magic comes from the real universe. Real magic. Not some weirdness that people have made out of it, some kind of twisted, crazy thing. Real magic comes from the real living universe. It comes from God, through God. We are beings of magic created by God, by the great creative order. So by all means, take some time, come back to this video. Work with that gift of magic that Ilka is sending to us today. Find your own shields, your own blocks, your reversals, until it flows cleanly in, through, and out, as was designed by the great creative order. And when that happens, we understand magic not in the old medieval way, but in a personal way, in a beautiful way, where magic is alive and dances. Thank you very much, dear Ilka. That's beautiful. Kumazie says hello. Yeah, you'll have to watch the replay, Kumazie, but I will send you a quick positive for Kumazie, seeing that she's come in and decided to join us. And Kumazie, I've got a lovely positive for you, dear Kumazie, and it is dance. Yes, the energy of dance, of being so joyful, so happy, that you cannot sit still any longer. You have to get up. And just standing isn't enough either. There's so much energy flowing through you that you actually have to start and move. And that's the dance, the flow forward, in step with the great creative order that is like a festival parade going forward and never back. So lots of love to you, dear Kumazie. The dance for you? Oh, yeah. 3D space. We can dance in 3D space. Lots of love to you. Okay, guys. And that brings us to the end of this week's energy show, Sunday Live with Sylvia. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you feel better than you did before we started, because that's the whole idea of modern energy, is that happiness matters and that we get together and, just spend some time raising energy. And there's so many different ways in which we can do that. And I'm going to express gratitude to the powers that be, to my dear Lord Ashtar, my dear energy mind, for showing me the answer to my question last night, for uplifting me, raising me up. And I have the funny feeling that this day is going to become quite wonderful. So thank you so much. Thank you for a very positive show. You are most welcome. Thank you so much for having been here with me. Dieter says, how amazing the simplicity of the positives. Thank you, Sylvia. You're very, very welcome. Thank you for having come and joined us this morning. Wouldn't have been the same without you. Lorna says, excellent show. Thank you. Oh, most welcome. And see, if you hadn't been here, I wouldn't have picked the positive of play. And I wouldn't have gotten that wonderful sensation of those happy children, being young and playing in this blue swimming pool, splashing in the water with colorful sort of floating devices and the sun shining, sparkling through the splashing raindrops. That wouldn't have happened. So thank you for having been here with me this morning. Brilliant. And I'm going to end with dear Marianne giving us a blessing for the week. Have a joyful week full of magic, light, and love, everyone. I agree 100%. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're brand new, please get the 7 tips for happiness. Get started with energy awareness, energy understanding. It really is a key to a happier life and just feeling better in yourself and having more fun. So lots and lots of love to you. Stay strong during the week, and I look forward to seeing you again next week's Sunday Live with Sylvia, the Energy Show. Lots of love to you, and goodbye for now. Bye.